The opinions expressed in the video you are about to see are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hydra-Sports has a very dedicated following with their 33-foot center console. It's the most popular fishing machine in their lineup, and they've sold almost 400 of them. However, those customers sooner or later will need to move up. And to keep them from moving away, Hydra-Sports created this, the 4100 SF. It's the largest boat in the Hydra-Sports lineup, and it's loaded with enough features to keep those customers from ever looking anywhere else. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. Come on aboard with me and check out the newest flagship of the Hydra-Sports lineup, the 4100 SF. The 4100 SF is a solid performer with no surprises to her handling. She's a strong and heavy boat that will take whatever you or Mother Nature can throw at her. Engine options range from quad 250s to triple 350s. We took the bait and tested her with triple 350 horsepower Yamaha V8s. With 2 people and 400 gallons of fuel, we weighed in at just under 26,700 pounds. Her speed topped out at just over 55 miles per hour at 5,550 RPMs, and at that speed the V8s were burning 104 gallons per hour. However, pulled back to her best cruise of 4,000 RPMs, she carried us at 35 miles per hour and burned 42 gallons per hour. With her 635-gallon fuel tanks, that translates to a range of 474 miles with a 10% reserve. Now, let's take a look on board at what she brings to the table for amenities. All the way up at the bow, we have an anchor davit, stainless steel anchor, a Lumar windlass with controls both here at the bow and at the console, 10-inch pop-up cleat, and right here, storage for yet another anchor and spare line, and it's self-draining. As we start to move back a little bit, we find the first of, get this, 48 rod holders on this boat. Just underneath the bow, you'll notice the first 4 of the boat's 16 stainless steel drink holders, and I've also got storage underneath this cushion right here. On either side here, we have the first 2 of the boat's 7 fish lockers. I'll tell you what, you fill all 7 up, you're going to be over your limit. This non-skid table is multi-purpose. I can use it as a casting platform, or for the non-redheads among us, I can put in this filler cushion, make it into a nice sun pad. There's also a pedestal to raise it up and make it into a table. Once you get into the habit of using the bow area as an entertainment center, you're going to appreciate the remote for the stereo tucked right underneath. Underneath this deck hatch, we've got a huge lazarette with indents for 5-gallon buckets, storage for 2 props. Underneath this hatch, I have a rigid coffin box with a compartment separator. There's also an option for making it into a freezer. Where you usually see plastic windshields, Hydra-Sports uses tempered safety glass, and you've also got a windshield wiper and washer. The head is plenty roomy. There's 75 inches of headroom. The bulkheads aren't padded, and I've seen some manufacturers that actually make these into little mini galleys by recessing a microwave oven into one of the bulkheads. That would be a welcome addition here. These padded cockpit bolsters, we like to see them start at 25 inches at least. In the aft end of the boat, they start at 28 and slope upwards to 38 by the time you get to the bow. And when you're actually leaning against these padded bolsters and fishing, notice you've got a tow rail to give you a little extra margin of safety. How safe is that? In the center of the aft deck, I lift up this hatch, and it gives me access to a very large lazarette that also serves as the boat's pump room. I have access to the bilge pumps, the recirculating pumps for the bait wells, fuel filters, trim tab motors. There's plenty of storage also up forward, and if you're a fan of air conditioning, there's an option for a generator that would go right here on the center line. When you're making your run offshore, you've got nice seating in the stern here, and when you finally get out to the fishing grounds, it stows away just as easily as it opens. In the starboard quarter of the boat, you have 2 tackle drawers and 2 of the boat's 6 deck drains and 2 of the boat's 4 scuppers. Shipping water is the least of your concerns on this boat, if you can get it to happen. In the port quarter of the boat, you've got a transom door with a positive lock system, and for when you just get out of the water, a freshwater shower. In the working end of the boat, we have first a ballyhoo tray, a recirculating bait well, and 2 of the boat's 6 freshwater washdowns. Now we get to the center console of the boat. It's a very unique setup, but standard on the 4100 Sportfish. We have the 3 seats right at the helm here, followed by the sleigh seating in the back, all the way aft the bait station. Let's take a look at these sections one at a time, starting with the bait station in the stern. At the aft end of the bait station, we have 2 of the boat's 10 tackle boxes, and in the center, a galley-up stove. Typically when you're fishing in a boat in this category, you're in 4 different classes of fishing. And here's a nice way to store the 4 different spools for your different line sizes. In the center of the console section here, you've got double sleigh seating. There's an option for putting a flat screen right here so you can see either your favorite DVD or have it be a repeater for the nav station, so that when you're at the rigging station here, you can see a profile of the sonar's repeater. Right here behind the helm, you've got 3 wraparound seats that are designed for sustained high-speed operation, and at the flip of a switch, flip up seats. Always one of my favorite features at the helm, dual steps for your feet. So either you're leaning against the seat or sitting in the seat, you're going to be very comfortable. The helm itself is uncluttered and uncomplicated. Plenty of real estate for 2 12-inch nav packages, gauges for all 3 of the engines, switches are all nicely laid out, and I'm a big fan of the steering knob on the wheel. Now while it's a nicely laid out helm, it is a little bit high. I'm 5'8½" and I'm just barely able to make out the view of the compass here. Maybe a little step up at the helm would be a nice touch. Now this boat has a long and voluminous list of options, but 2 of my favorite on the options list: the forward-looking infrared camera system, and check this out up here. These outlets right here are for misters. For when it's those stifling hot days and you've got absolutely no wind, this will put a nice little mist on you, and it's not for just at the helm, you've also got it for the passengers and for the riggers at the bait station. Now always, when I'm on a boat that's rigged for offshore work, I consider that it's going to be getting tossed all over the place, and what's going to happen to the passengers? Well, on this boat, you've got solid handholds all the way around, so that no matter what the boat is doing, you're able to stay safe and secure no matter where you are on the boat. As you can clearly see, when Hydra-Sports steps up to the plate to pitch an upgrade for their existing customers, they hit it right out of the park with the 4100 SF. It's a purpose-built boat that's sure to keep anyone happy. But don't take my word for it, you need to find out for yourself. Make an appointment today to visit your Hydra-Sports dealer to check out the 4100 SF. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you out on the water.